everybody. Good evening or good morning, depending on wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. We are LifeBloom, Rakefet, and Yaara. This is our Tuesday live stream, and today we're talking about how to love my body no matter what, even after birth. I'm super excited for this topic today. But first, Rakefet, how are you? How are you this evening?
I'm good, but I have to say that I'm tired too. It's been a long day, a lot of activities with my kids in the afternoon, but here I am with you, excited to talk about this important topic. Yeah. And for who is watching us now, and if it's your first time, so let me introduce who we are. We are a LifeBloom Community. We help mom devoted to self-awareness and personal growth to go from constant guilt, burnout, and putting themselves last to balance, self-fulfillment, and joy. And Yaara and I are sisters. So we are here as a community because, we know how important it is to have your community. We are four sisters and we know how important it is. So this is why we've created LifeBloom, so we can talk about these kind of topics, open heart and just being honest.
Sister talk.
Yeah, exactly. No shame.
No shame. Oh, definitely no shame. And it's a great opening to this topic about loving my body because.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear you for a moment there. I lost you. You have your earphones? Maybe it's something there. Let's try that again. No, not yet.
Hello?
Yes, now we can.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. Do you hear me?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me now? Okay, so let's do that. Let's try something. How about
Hello?
Yes.
Should I try to log out and log back in? Will that work?
Yeah, try.
Do like this. No.
Your earphone. No, I think it's the ears. I think it's the
I don't have headphones.
But did you unlock them?
They're having some technical issues today, as you can see. Yeah, I don't have my headphones on at all. Let me try.
There you go. Wait. I'm going to write down to her.
Hello. 1, 2, 3. Yes, hello.
Yes. Okay. So
yeah, I saw what you wrote, but I don't have my headphones on.
At all? They're not working?
It's right here. It's canceled.
Okay, this is kind of funny because we can hear her, but she can't hear us. So we have no idea what you're talking about at the moment.
It's a great practice in trying to read your lips.
I know, in English.
Okay.
You're gonna log out and yes, log out. She will try to do that, and we will be back in a few seconds, and then we'll talk about this major important subject. As you know, we know that you're waiting for it, so just a few more minutes and we'll be here. Okay, here she is again. Yaara?
Can you hear me?
I do. Do you hear me?
I do.
Yes, great, amazing. Wait, so just people are asking me in private, where are we? And everything is okay. So I'm just going to write down to them. And
I actually hear you so strong right now.
Okay. Too loud. Okay, so let's start again. We said this is a very important topic. So again, this topic, we're going to talk about how to love my body no matter what, even after birth. And we're going to share some really deep stories, important personal stories, because we want to inspire you and to help you get as much tools as possible. We're going to talk about all the important stuff, Um,
I think
maybe you just
this is a topic that we have really different personal stories to share, and really like deep things for both of us, things that like they touch our core. So I'm really excited to be like getting to a deeper level of vulnerability and openness to our viewers and to the women that are here with us. So just like telling you, we're going to expose our heart here today.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about how to love our body, no matter what, when it changes, and to stop fighting it, stop fighting ourselves, and to really help you find inner peace. So
Yeah,
let's
so
start.
let's start.
Yeah, yeah. I think when I thought of this topic, the first question that came into my mind, oh my God, how many times have I looked in the mirror and I thought, I don't like what I see, or I wish to look differently, to be like I used to be, to, the jeans that now I can't close, and trying an old fit and saying, maybe I'll just throw it away because I'll never get to it, or maybe I'll keep it because I'm going to do something like diet or something that I will fit in it. And just thinking about it, so frustrating.
It still presses these points for you when you
Yeah,
think of it. Yeah.
yeah. Many time it does, not all the time, but yeah, still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we first talking about this topic, my first reaction was, well, I have nothing to say about that. I don't, it's not, I don't have anything to share about this. But I think after like talking about it between us and writing about it, I realized that it's actually the complete opposite. And now reading about like what we talked about, what we're going to talk about, like preparing myself mentally and getting back to our notes, I started feeling very excited, and I started feeling like, oh my God, I have so much to say. So it's funny because we can have such a very big variety of experiences towards our body. But I think that for most women that I know, once we get to that point of giving birth, we have this shock of like, what is this body? Who is, what's going on? Will I ever get to that old body that I had before? What do I do with this thing right now? And it's not just about the way you look, it's also about how it feels. It's not as strong as it used to be, especially the months after you give birth. It's not as strong as it used to be. It can't do all the things that it used to be in the same way. So who is this body? And I think not just after birth, but after big life changes, we have this kind of desire to go back to the past, to the old way that we used to be. And this kind of sense of disappointment from our body of why is it not as strong as it used to be, as beautiful, as skinny in those places.
And it's also like hormones and not be able to control my bladder and things like that, all kind of things that you feel shocked. It's not just wrinkles and things like that. It's really things that changes our life. And you think about it, I didn't have that, but I heard so many that had difficulties with controlling their bladder that all the time said, oh my God, I wish I wouldn't have experienced that. It sounds terrible. I don't want that. So even being scared from it is something that used to be in my mind all the time.
Yeah. I had a very challenging birth with my son, and I did have difficulties with controlling my bladder. And I actually did a lot of physiotherapy, and I worked on it, but it's like a back and forth kind of thing. It's not gone. So like how you feel for your body, it's not just how you look, it's how it functions, how it carries you. Once I was able to lift up my child and go up the stairs and everything would be okay, but now my back hurts more and I'm more tired and I don't get as much sleep as I used to. So it's like all of these things that build on what our body is for us.
Yeah, and also if we, when we have kids, so we might not have the time to take care of ourselves as much as we want to exercise, and they grow older, they get bigger, they get heavier. Like my son, to hold him for like 10 minutes, like exactly as you said, my back hurts because it's not as strong as it used to be, and he's heavier than he used to be.
It's like the
Yes,
opposite of what it should be, right?
not working for money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think we also tend to measure ourselves comparing to others. I mean, I can see other moms in the playground running after their kids, and they have a lot of strength, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired. Can you run after mine too? Can you please watch over my son?
Self-comparison is something that we talk about in many different
Yeah.
lives. It's a topic that comes up a lot, and also it's a topic that we talk about in our guide for the blossoming mom, which we still haven't spoken of, right? So
Yeah.
if you're a mom and you're in the self-growth path, then we have an amazing gift for you. It's a guide for the blossoming mom. It's a free PDF with the most burning questions every mom asks herself, with tools and answers on how to work with these challenges in your life. We also talk about self-comparison, comparing yourself to other moms there. And when we talk about it in the body image space, I feel for myself that after I gave birth, something like there was a process in my head where I started, like, at first I saw younger women, and I started seeing, like, you know what, they didn't give birth yet, so it's not relevant to me. Like, their body is not even something that I can look at and say, oh, why I don't look like that, because they haven't gone through that thing that I've gone through. So today, if I find myself comparing myself, I only do that to women who did give birth, and not like to
They're the same level as me.
exactly. Their body went through stuff, so my body went through stuff. So maybe I can look at them, but at least, not trying to measure up to something that is not even relevant to who you are today, because your body actually did this amazing thing of
Exactly.
creating life and holding that life inside you for 9 or 10 months, expanding your muscles, expanding your rib cage, expanding your pelvis to allow that life to grow and to come out. And if someone hasn't done that before, then what does it matter what their body looks like? It didn't go through this incredible thing that your body went through. Not that I'm saying you should compare yourself to moms who did give birth, but to me, it was kind of a changing moment in my head when I felt this is something that it's a badge of honor that I can be grateful for
Yeah,
my body for, uh,
exactly.
and see the strength of it, and see that the changes that my body went through are actually a beautiful thing, because it allowed me to give birth to my son and to bring this joy and this light into my life.
Yeah, I think one of the problems when we, not just when we compare ourselves to others, but also when we compare ourselves to who we used to be. Okay, if we were young and thinner or stronger, and one of the problems that I see in that is that I'm just not the same person. I mean, if I look at my personality, I'm not the same person as I used to be then. Good, good that that's the situation, because I was a very pessimist person, and now I'm not. Now I'm a very optimistic person. So I change in all areas of my life. I change as a person. I change as a friend. I change as a sister, as a daughter, and obviously as a mom, because I wasn't a mom then. And and obviously my body will also change, because I learned so much. How people say, like, a white hair is like wisdom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that, because I don't need a reason to have that hair, that white hair. But just to accept that we are not the same people, right? I'm not the same person that I used to be then. It makes sense, because over the years, a lot of things that I knew, things that I've learned about myself, and decisions that I made, and I've changed as a person. Obviously, we're not the same person. So how come we compare ourselves to something that we were then, in our body, when we obviously know that we are not the same person? That's it. It's just a fact.
Yeah. And I also, like, you talk about who we were, and I want to take us a moment back to who we were. when we were young, because we jumped straight into loving our body today and loving our body even after giving birth. But for most of us, and really, I think if not all of us, we start off as young girls and as teenagers, and that kind of dislike for our body and judgment for our body, and so many shoulds on how we need to look, and all of these things are carried from our childhood, really. And this
Yeah.
mental talk, this kind of so many demands on how we should be. And I know, I mean, today there is this kind of movement of less body shaming and love yourself in every size and every skin type, even though parallel to that, there's also much more pressure on young girls.
Yes.
So it's kind of
It's
happening
immediately.
two directions at the same time. But when we were younger, around like, for me, I was born in the 90s, so around 90s and 80s, the beauty model was so like one single note. It was be skinny, it was also be blonde, be like really, it was so specific, right? So we learned so specific things that we need to look like in order to be able to love ourselves and to be worthy of love from men, from others around us. So I really want to invite you in this journey of loving your body no matter what, to look at those patterns that were created in your childhood. What did you learn about your body? What your body needs to look like? How you need to carry yourself? How do you need to get dressed? What do you need to wear in order to feel beautiful, to feel sexy, to feel feminine? Look at this ideal that was created in your head when you were young, and check in yourself, are you still holding this? Are you still trying to measure up, not just to past you, but to those things that society told you you needed to be? And if you are, then I'm inviting you to join us in this journey of letting go of the things that society told you need to be, and learn to love your body for what it is today. And we'll get to it in a minute. But what it is today and everything that it allows you to be and allows you to create.
You know what I just remember when I was about, I think maybe 5 or 6, 7, the top. A friend of our sister, Sharon, she came over to Sharon, and they were standing in front of the mirror. I was just standing at the door looking at them, and they were standing in front of the mirror. And her friend, she was turning around, she was looking at her back in the mirror, and she was holding here, and she was saying, "Oh my God, I'm so fat." And I touched my hand, and I said, "Oh my God, I'm so fat." And since that day, that was like something that I used to check in the mirror. If I have that, that means that I'm fat. And it's actually was almost 7 years old, and since then, this is what I was checking, telling me that I was fat. That I actually remember her. I remember that the same friend, and just thinking about it, and this is a trauma.
Inner child healing moment, for sure.
Yes, and just thinking about it, and also, like mom used to say all the time, I have my legs are not good, they don't look good, because I have veins, so I need to hide them, and I'll show what looks good. She had that saying, I don't know if you remember, she used to say that a lot. So you need to show what is look good, and what doesn't you need to hide. So all kind of things, that we hear from people around us, especially when we're little kids, and we kind of observe everything around us, and we make decisions about ourselves. This is, I am fat because if I have that fat in the hand, that means I'm fat.
Yeah, it's such a powerful thing to ask yourself. What words did my mother tell to herself when she looked in the mirror? What words did my sister tell about themselves? Because we really
not about you, not about you. Because they might say that you're beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Different about themselves.
We always say that our children learn from imitation, and not from what we tell them, but from what we do. And they hear our inner world, and they hear the way we speak to ourselves. They're always there noticing. So that is the powerful thing to notice. What women around you experience towards themselves. What were you witnessing? right?
Yes,
That is the
exactly.
power of Bloom. Yeah.
That's the inner voice. It's something that even if, well, I'll lose weight and I'll be very thin, which happened at a certain time in my life, I still looked in the mirror and I still found things that I didn't like. So I didn't like, okay, so I'm thin, but I don't like the wrinkles. I don't like my freckles. So there were other things to criticize because this is what I heard around me.
There is a sentence, I'm going to reshape the sentence a little bit, but there's a sentence that I heard about parenting that said something like, be aware of how you speak to your children because that becomes their inner voice. I want to change that. And I want to say, be aware of how you speak to yourself because that becomes the inner voice of your children.
Yeah, that's strong.
Really, really, a really powerful thing to notice. And we always say in LifeBloom that so much of the work we do for ourselves is because we want to be cycle breakers and we want to stop the things that we were taught by our parents, by our society. All of these painful things, we don't want to teach them to our children. We want to teach them how to love themselves no matter what, how to feel worthy, how to know their boundaries, how to know to speak up. All of
Yeah,
these things we always want for ourselves. And that's
we
one
want
of
to be an inspiration for them. Yeah.
exactly another thing that we talk about in our guide for the Blossoming Mom PDF. In the
Yes.
description below, you can download that.
Yeah, and we have that also in video if you prefer video and also written. So just choose what you prefer. So
Yeah.
just download because it's free and amazing, very important questions there. So what will happen if we'll feel that our body is not our enemy, is like, feeling home, feeling that it's the vessel that helped me go through life, that it's more than a vessel. It's
The temple.
a temple. Yeah, a temple is a good word. Yeah.
I
How would it
think
feel?
I think before, like, what would happen if I see that, let's just acknowledge all that it gives us. If
Hmm.
we understand all that it gives us, there is no other choice but to see it as a temple. Because look at everything you're going through. I mean, first of all, you're born as this tiny creature, and your body expands and grows to multiple directions to become a full human being. And then, you create life inside you. You can dance, you can give birth, you can eat, you can all of these functions that we take for granted, even like, you can cut your hair and a few months later your hair will be long and you can decide, once I want it short and then I want it long. And it's just incredible. It's an incredible machine that does all these things without us asking it. And it allows us to move through life and to create, not just to create the life that like is our children, but to create the life that we want for us. Think
Yeah.
about one bodily function. If you were to not to be able to go to the bathroom for a few days, you won't be able to live after a certain amount of time, right?
No, it's even smaller than that. I think about like having a stomach ache. Okay, when everything's functional, we don't think about it. If you have something, something go into your eye, and you're like, "Oh my God, it hurts! I have to get it out." All of a sudden, all your attention is to that eye and to that thing in your eye, and it's just something
Like when you
small.
bump your toe, right? When you bump your toe in the
Oh my
closet
God,
or
you cry. I sometimes cry, or for a finger cut, a cut from a paper cut. Oh my God, I can cry from these things. And it's such a small thing. And we don't think about it, but really our bodies, as you said, is an amazing machine that create human beings also. I don't know if you remember when I was pregnant with my oldest girl, Taylor, I used to say that up until now, my body knew how to digest food, but now it knows how to create human beings. Like I'm a baby factor. Do you remember I used to say that? Oh, I feel like a baby factor now. My body is so wise. He
yeah.
creates factory, yeah, and he creates babies.
Yeah.
And I remember that I was thinking about it really a lot, and I thought like this was like the first time that I stopped thinking to just think about it really, and to understand that my not just mine, obviously, our cells, they all the time they develop, they grow, they rebuild. And it's something that we don't wake up in the morning and think, okay, hand, you need to rebuild now your cells. Check. Oh no, we forgot to rebuild that the leg cells. Okay, we need to do that. We don't think about it. It just happens. Our body does that for us. We are a creation of God, amazing creation, and we have all these ability to just be here and everything function most of the time.
I had a very interesting thought right now, and I thought, like when we do a gratitude journal, imagine if we had to do a gratitude journal of every single thing our body does. We would never stop writing. It would be an endless list of things that we need to be thankful for, because it's just alive, right? But then there's
I asked Google how many cells do we have in our body, and it's 37 trillion cells.
Yeah, we would
Just
never stop writing.
How many? That's a lot of writing. Yeah, every day,
every single day, from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep. That's all you do. Just thank your body. Yeah. But then we have our body, and then we have our mind, right?
Yeah.
Different layers of existence. And our mind, that's the part of us that starts saying, oh, this is not good enough, or oh, it should be better, or oh, I need to get back to the past me, the past genes, all of these things. And also sometimes we create these kind of traps for ourselves, like even punishments. Like we punish ourselves, I can only eat this cake if I did my workout. Yeah. We put on like so much, sorry for the word, but so much crap on our body, and we forget all the things that it does for us on a daily basis. And I just really want to bring us to that essence of gratitude, to feeling that, of how amazing our body is. And all of these things, all of this mental talk, actually what we understand is that the enemy, if there is an enemy here, is not our body, but it's the conversation in our head that we have towards our body. And the roots for it, like we said, in our childhood, in what society told us. But that's basically most things in our childhood and what society told us. But we keep reinforcing it. And that's something very important to learn, that with every topic in life, we learn things from society, we learn things from outside about who we are, but at some point, we are the ones that tell these things to ourselves. We keep reinforcing it again and again and again and again and again. Yeah. And then it's not them, it's us.
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah.
So that is the real enemy, or it's not an enemy, right? But that is the real challenge, to stop reinforcing these painful words about yourself, about your body.
And I think the traps are so difficult, because you tell yourself, I need to do this, and this is how it should be, and this is how I should look. And I remember when I was in Weight Watchers, and I tried a lot of diets before. It was when I just got married, and I remember that my weight used to be 63, and I got there and I was very happy, celebration, all that, and then I had to keep that, because
just because not everybody knows what the honor weight is, maybe just like give a sentence for what it means.
So the honor weight this is the weight that I need to be, because of my height, because of my age, and all these things. So this is the age, this is the weight that I need to be in. And I need, in order to keep my honor weight, I can be 2 kilo above or 1 kilo underneath. And as long as I'm in that range, so I don't need to pay. I can come to the sessions free of charge completely. So I was 13 years, I was in that weight, that the honor weight, and I didn't pay for almost all of it. I just had to pay when I gave birth, and then I had to go back to my weight. So I had like 3 or 4 months after giving birth, because during being pregnant, I was still, I was not in my honor weight, but they didn't consider that as something wrong, because obviously I was pregnant. So I had to pay only a few months after giving birth, and then I went back to my honor weight. So what happened was that it was 63. And being 63 was something, well, obviously I started when I was in my 20, I was 25 or 6, something like that. And then I had to give birth, and I was older already. So at a certain point, I noticed that in order to stay 63, I was really struggling. I had to be really strict with myself. I couldn't eat anything that I like. I couldn't eat any cake, anything sweet, any chocolate, nothing that I love. I couldn't eat that, because if I take just one or two, I used to gain the weight, and I couldn't be there. So I started to feel that I can't. Yeah, it's a punishment. I don't want to hold that number, because it's too difficult. It's not, I don't enjoy life. I don't enjoy my meals. I just eat vegetables all the time. I don't enjoy anything that I love. And I need
there was
to
no
ask.
freedom there. There was no
freedom. Although the Weight Watchers system say you can eat whatever you like, but make sure it's in a certain amount. Don't eat too much. So it's not just what you eat, it's how much you eat from it. So I used to feel that I can't eat all the things that I love, and it was suffering for me. So I came to my mentor, and I told her, listen, I need to change that. I need to be 65, because when I'm 65, because it was like the top of the honor weight, I could have been there, but all the time I was struggling, because I didn't want to go above. And I told her, listen, I want to change to that. And she said, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can be there. You're older now, and you had babies, so it's okay. And we changed that. And all of a sudden, I could breathe again. I could eat the things that I love, and it was easy to keep that. So I remember that I said to myself, why did I have to struggle for such a long time, and not to enjoy life, and to not to allow myself anything that I love, just because of that number? And looking at the mirror, if I was honest with myself, I thought that I was looking good. It's 63 and 65 too. So I thought, like, why did it took me so long to get to that understanding, to ask her? I mean, it's my body, it's my life, it's the way I feel about myself. It's the thing that I want to enjoy. Why did it take me so long to get there? And I realized, like, I thought that if I'll let go of that number, that 63, I might not be able to, I might let go of everything. I won't be able to control that. Like,
Yeah.
eat everything now. And it wasn't like that.
Yeah. It's scary sometimes to kind of allow yourself to open the doors, because you're afraid of, will it break through the doors?
Yeah, break all the rules.
Yeah. Yeah. So what helped you? What helped you take that step?
I don't like to feel that I'm punishing myself. I thought that I want to enjoy life. I mean, we live now. There's only today. There's only this moment. So I want to enjoy it. And I have really strong discipline, knowing myself during the years. I have really strong discipline. So if I ate something that I love now, I know that it will be okay later, because I'm not that kind of person that I ate a cake and I said, okay, that's it. I prep everything. I can eat now whatever I want. No, it's okay. You ate the cake. Amazing. You enjoyed it. Good. Okay. So the next meal, you'll eat something healthier. Fine. That's okay. I mean, I felt like, I think something changed in me, because I became a mother, and being a mother changed me, because sometimes, our kids fall, and we have that wanting to help them, but at the same time knowing that they need to learn by themselves. So holding myself and standing back and looking at her and telling her, it's okay, you're okay. Yeah, you fell, but you're okay. You can get up. And I started telling myself that. And it didn't say you fell. It said, like, you're okay. You enjoyed the cake. Now get up, back to the horse. Do what you know that you need to do next. And it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what helped me.
Yeah. I just have, like when you say, you ate cake, but it's okay. In my body, I feel a shrink, because in my body, I feel like I hear a little bit in the subtext of it, eating cake is not okay.
Yeah,
Or eating cake is something
that's
that
how I felt then. Yeah.
yeah. What I want to say is that our love for our body, our relationship for our body, and it's not just love, because it's okay not to always love every piece and every part of you, and to sometimes want to change that, or sometimes want to lose weight or gain weight. Some people struggle with the opposite, right? Gain weight. But it's about having this respect and this honor towards your body throughout the process, knowing that sometimes in your life you will eat a little bit more healthy, less, and other times you will eat a little bit less healthy. By the way, right now I'm in a time where I'm eating less healthy. I'm trying to get back to the healthy part, but that's also a part of it. It's like, we always talk about it in LifeBloom. We don't strive to be perfect. We strive for joy. We want to be in a state of joy, in a state of balance. Sometimes we eat more healthy, sometimes we eat less. Sometimes we move and we have more work, more sports, more workouts in our routine. Sometimes we don't find the time for it at all. But I don't want our relationship to our body to be affected by that, to the extent that we don't love ourselves when we eat unhealthy and we don't work out.
Mhm.
And we love ourselves only when, because then it means that our sense of worth and self-love is always under, like, we always have,
Depends on something. You need to prove that.
yeah, we always have to prove, and we're always dependent on it. And that, I think, is the root of unworthiness, the lack of self-worth. And I feel like that is what I am wishing for the women listening to us, and for us, and for every woman out there in the world, to have a positive, friendly relationship with her body, in the ups, in the downs, and to ride those waves with a knowing that it's just a matter of balance. Sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there, and both of them are okay.
Yeah.
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 So I'm gonna go in a little bit to my personal story, but I'm gonna try to keep it short, because I feel like I want to share it, but like I told you in the beginning, I don't know exactly how it completely ties up with everything. But I do feel, like I said, I want to be more vulnerable and more open with the women listening to us. So, oh, I'm excited. I've shared my story with my body and food to many people, but I think never like live on the internet. So for me, when I was young, when I was a teenager, I had a very, very bad relationship with food and with my body. And I had an eating disorder. I was anorectic. When I was 14, I had anorexia, and I pretty much hated my body. I used food to punish myself, and going to the gym, obsessively working out, very, very unhealthy relationship with my body, with sports, with food. And it came to the point where actually I realized that at age 14, I realized that I'm standing in a like a breaking point. I have to make a choice right now, and it's either I choose to stay in this lane, and then I don't know what's going to happen with me, or I have to choose to heal. And I gathered every piece of strength I had, and I chose to submit myself to a hospital for children, to there was like a mental health eating disorder um, um, division in the hospital. And I decided that I'm going to go there. I went there. I had an interview with the doctor. They checked me, all of these things. And they said, yes, we have a space for you. You can come in. And a few days later, it was also fast. It was like within a week, I was there. It was a full, like, you live there, you sleep there, everything, full submission to the hospital. And I think that in that moment, when I put myself in the hospital, something in me kind of split, but in a good way. I was able to let go of the part that had to hold myself accountable, so that, I'm going to say it very harshly, so that I don't die. Okay?
Someone else.
Someone else is looking after me so that I don't die. And now I can go into the darkest point of this. But it sounds harsh, but it allowed a lot of weight to come off my shoulders. Because when I was out, before I was in the hospital, I needed to be both of these parts. I needed to be the one that is sick, but also the one that is kind of trying to stay alive, right? Trying to make sure that I don't go too far. And juggling both of these things was a lot. It was really, really draining. And in that moment where I told you I needed to decide which direction I'm going, I'm either going to one side or I'm going the other. When I went to the hospital, I knew that now I have doctors and I have psychologists and they have my back. So I can let go of that side and I can go into the darkness. It sounds bad, but what it allowed me to do is to really let myself feel that pain and feel it so deeply until I did a lot of work with it, but until I decided and I realized that I don't want that. I don't want to live in that place. I've already decided that I'm going to live because I went to the hospital, but now I had to decide that I don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
There were many moments throughout that 6 months in the hospital. Of course, it didn't happen in a day. But in a nutshell, what happened was that I was able to do really deep inner work with myself throughout those months. And I learned to identify, like, what are the angers that I'm holding within? What is the relationship with food coming from? What actually am I punishing myself for? Because it was self-punishment. What am I punishing myself for? And why am I using food for it? All of these things, it's to the extreme, right? I mean, most people don't go to that extreme, and it's a great thing that they don't. But inside that, I was able to heal those pains and dissolve that karma. And I say karma because it's energy. I mean, everything we go through in life, every lesson we go through in life on the spiritual level is karma. We come with it from past lives. It's in our DNA. It's sometimes it's a social karma, but it's energy that we need to learn and we need to process in this life. And luckily, I was also guided from above. And throughout those years, those months and the years after that, I was able to dissolve this karma in such a way that between the age of 14 and 16, this karma was gone completely. And I've never had, again, a difficulty with my body, with food, with emotional eating, with not liking my body. All of these things don't appear in my life anymore since I was 16. And I'm going to make a little, like, brackets here, because after I gave birth, I did have a challenge with my body because I gained 20 kilograms in my pregnancy, which is a lot. I'm a yoga teacher, and I used to be very, very skinny before I got pregnant. It was like a period where I was very skinny because I was practicing a lot of yoga. And I gained 20 kilograms. After I gave birth, I was still 20 kilograms above what I was. And that was a period where I was a little bit like I said, what is going on? What is this body? Who am I in this body? How do I work with this? But it wasn't, it wasn't extreme. It was like a conversation. It was, okay, what do you want to do with that? Do you feel comfortable with it? Or do you want to stay like that? And if not, here's what I can do. But it was with a sense of self-love and self-respect and inner peace. And there was no like shaming and hatred. And that kind of self conversation, that movement around food and body image, I dissolved that. I dissolved that between 14 and 16. And it's, even though I did gain weight throughout my life, I was not always on the skinnier side. There was times where I was much heavier and times where I was less. There was always a sense of inner peace and always a sense of, yeah, my body knows how to gain weight. My body knows how to lose weight. And I know the power that I have over it, what I eat and how I move. And that's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my story. And I just, yeah, I still, like I said, I don't know how that ties into like giving tools and information and things like that. But
I think first of all, Yaara, thank you for sharing that. And I remember the time that you were there, and yeah, obviously as your older sister, and I remember how difficult it was for you, for everyone. And the things that you've shared now, some of them I feel that I didn't even know that you had, like you said, just to choose from this or that. I was abroad at the time that I have gone through that. I was in England, and I didn't know that you choose to put yourself in the hospital. I didn't know that. I thought mom took you there. So this is a first for me. And I think that you said a few things that are very important for us to notice. One of them is that you choose to help yourself. You made a decision. You said, okay, that's it. I see that I need help. And the decision, the understanding first of that, and the making the decision and asking for help, that someone else is going to help you do that, it's major. It's not just loving ourselves. It's more than that. It's something in life that we need to learn to see the boundaries, to understand that this is something that we cannot handle anymore by ourselves and really need someone else to help us. And being able to say, I see that, and I noticed that, and I'm going to ask for help. This is something very important for us in life in general, no matter what is the topic that we are dealing with. And I think this is the first thing. And also, you said that you let yourself go to the dark side and saying, okay, I need to explore that. So I'm not going to ignore, because I understand that this dark side is actually managing me, and there's something there that I'm punishing myself for. I want to get to the bottom of that. I'm not going to try to say, oh no, it's going to disappear. I'm not going to resolve that in putting bandage on that. No, I'm going to look at it in the eyes and understand what's really going on there. And soon we're going to launch our membership, and this is the kind of place that you want to really look at things in the eyes and to understand why they're managing us so strongly, why we're not able to make the decision that we want to make. But there's something here in the back of our head and in our hearts that's telling us, no, you're not worthy. You need to punish yourself. There's something that kind of control us, kind of another voice that control us, and tell us, you're not worthy of that. Choose that one. And you're like, oh, but I want to choose. I want to be good. I want to be healthy. I want to live. No, you need to punish yourself. So going through that phase and being able to say, I'm going to look that in the eyes. I'm going to see what it is. I'm going to deal with it. I know I can. And this is something very important and big that you are able to say. And when we'll open our membership, we'll welcome you to come to our LifeBloom Blooming membership. And together we're going to help you look at things in the eyes. You'll know about it soon, we promise. But I think that sharing your story and how difficult it was 2 years of going through this process, 6 months in hospital, but also for 2 years really going through that process. And I know you, I know it's not the only time in life that you are looking at the dark side and saying, okay, bring it on. In other topics, we'll probably explore them in other lives, but to really be honest and say, okay, I see you. We're going to sit down and we're going to we're going to solve that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see you.
That
Yeah.
is, I think that is generally my pattern in life. And
Yeah.
outside of Life Bloom and the work that we do together, I guide women in their own self-healing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a self-healing guide and teacher for women. And I think the first thing that, like I always say, is that you have to be able to look as deep as possible. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we're going to, in the thing that you're running away from, stop, turn around, run towards it.
Yeah, and it's difficult to do that. I'm sometimes find myself that I'm scared to do that, and this is why you're my sister because you're helping me do that. And we've talked about it also in our previous lives. We talked about shadow work and how you help me do that. And this is very, I think it's an ability that you have to do, and really helps you solve things that they will not come back to you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you put a bandage on it, you can go through 3, 4, 5 years and say, "Oh, I dealt with that," and then, "Oh no, no, you didn't. Here it is again."
That's definitely my superpower, and that is that when
Yeah,
I go into a topic, I dissolve it, and it's
yeah,
healed. I mean, it's sure it will come up sometimes, but it will never come up in the same way, and it will never be a block in my life again. It will just be something that, oh, okay, I see you, I know who I am. We're good. Um, yeah,
yeah. I think that just what you just said is exactly how we need to summarize our life, because it's exactly that. I see you. I mean, when we have that thought in our mind, the criticism that we have about ourselves, "Oh, I'm not good enough, I don't look good enough, why am I not thin enough? Why does my bladder don't work as much as I want, as good as I want?" And just saying, first of all, I see you, criticism, I hear you, but at the same time, I don't believe you. I know my body. I believe in my body. I know he can get stronger. I know he fits to who I am at that moment. I have changed. I know that my bladder can get better. I believe in myself. I believe in the work that I can do to overcome this obstacle. And at the same time, I'm not gonna stress my body. You need to heal now. No, I'm going to go through that process, and I'm going to honor the process and the way that I need to go through. And I'm just thinking about it, that I sometimes, like, the things that we're working on. I don't remember at the moment a specific thing, but sometimes when I work on something and I see they take longer to resolve, I tell myself, okay, Rakefa, there's a gift here for you. There's a gift here for you because you're going through a longer way. You need to go for a longer walk in your process because you need to resolve more things. There are things that you do not see. If you thought that you're going to eat less and going to work out and you're going to lose weight like that, like you used to be in the past, now it takes you longer because it's something else that is holding you back. And this is a gift for you, because when you'll find that and you will resolve that, it's going to affect other topics, other places in your life. And this is a gift for you. So when I see that, I stop and I tell myself, okay, write it down. Write it down for yourself. Check out, what have you used to do? It's not working now. What is going on in you now? How did you change until now? What have changed from who you were to who you are today? And why are you trying to reach this goal now? Why is it so important to you? Because sometimes it's not the goal, it's not the number that we want to see on our weight. It's something else. It's self-awareness. It's how I feel in my body. It's how I think other people see me. So really looking it in the eyes and saying, I need to get this through, but I know I'm going to learn something good, big in this journey, and I'm excited to learn that.
yeah. Whew.
Mm.
Very emotional and intensive life for me, I have to say. Um,
Yeah.
I want to remind the beautiful women that are watching us that we have a free guide for you. The guide for the blossoming mom, with 11 questions and topics that moms just like you asks themselves every single day, that we ask ourselves every
Yeah.
single day. And we shared our answers and the tools that we use to work through these challenges. And that is a completely free PDF. You can download that down in the description box. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I just want to give them one last tool. I love to talk about listening to your body. It's something that you do really good. I'm learning a lot from you and that. And I think one of the things that I've learned for you is just before eating something, checking if my body wants that. To ask my body, how is it going to make you feel if I'll eat that versus something different? And to really listen to what my body wants. And it happens to me a few days ago. I'm doing now like cleaning my body, but it's very soft cleaning, just shake.
Like cleanse.
Cleanse, yes, exactly. I didn't remember the word for it. Yeah, cleanse. And I drink my shakes every morning anyway. So, and now I'm eating soup and some salad with proteins and just something to calm the system, because we had holidays, like 3 months and summer vacation holidays. And I felt like my body didn't react well to all the things that I ate. And so I want to cleanse my body, not for losing weight, to really feel good.
To ground a little bit.
Yeah. I felt that my body didn't like the things that I gave her. So I had that last week. I prepared something and I cooked it, and it was warm. It was like on the plate, and I had, my spoon. So I was about to eat it, and I was looking at it, and I just took one sip, and I said, I don't want that. No, I just really don't want that. And just put it aside. Also, although it was good, it tasted really good. And I prepared it especially for myself, and I just didn't eat that. And I went starting to preparing something completely different. But just asking my body, do you want that? And immediately, no, I don't want that.
The answer is there. That's how I'm a vegetarian. That's how I became a vegetarian. The first time I was eating chicken, I remember that moment. And I was sitting and I had like the fork in my hand, and I looked at it, and then my body just said, no. Like, no. Oh, okay. No. Okay. Not the
child. No,
and that was it. And that was that. So I like that exercise. And I want to add another one about self-talk. And I want to invite you to notice, before you do anything, when you walk to the mirror, notice what you're about to say to yourself. What is the first thing that you're going to say to yourself when you look in the mirror, before you even say it? And how does it feel in your body when you're going to say it? Does it feel good, alive, happy? Or is it like, ugh, I don't like it. I'm shrinking. It's painful. And first, just notice that. And then if you want to take it the next step, you can offer a softer alternative. And I'm a little warning here. Personally, if I try to go the complete opposite, like instead of I am so fat to, oh, I'm so gorgeous and I'm so amazing, my body is going to say you're lying. I don't believe you. Okay. Don't try to go the complete opposite. Go softer. Go something more like, my body
eyes.
I
have beautiful
eyes, or my body is healthy, or I'm trying to find a sentence here, but I think maybe you should find the sentence. Okay. Whatever is right for you, a softer, positive sentence. Like you said, I have beautiful eyes, or I'm grateful for my body. My body is working for me. I'm working with my body. Anything that is soft, that doesn't contract you, so that you can accept that as a positive saying that you believe. I think 2 exercises for now is good, but we're definitely going to have so much more of these in our membership. And also next week, we're also touching on a topic that is connected about emotional eating, similar world. So stay tuned for that. Join us next week for that as well.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and go and grab your PDF. now because it's waiting for you. Amazing questions, such important questions for the blossoming mom. So it's waiting for you right here, completely free. And also share with your friends because they're going to say thank you for sure. Love you. See you soon next week, the same time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.